No, it should go through the National Assembly. That's why we are here. We are representing the people, and anything that affects the people should be before the National Assembly before you do it, please. And so let us not like this now. If we start discussing this very important matter, you say, oh, 10 minutes, 2 minutes. No. In the U.S. Senate, if a senator stands up to speak, you don't tell him round up until he yields the floor. And we have a responsibility of calling people to order. If you see how the Minister of Power was presenting this increase in power as if he owns the company and these Nigerians are being provided. It should not be like that. We are appointed, we are elected. Please, SP, I can see that you are running out of patience. But we are supposed to be doing the right thing.
The Borno South Senatorial District, an area profoundly affected by insurgency and socio-economic challenges, is represented by Senator Ali Ndume. Known for his tenacious and unyielding approach to governance, Senator Ndume has earned a reputation as one of Nigeria's most fearless legislators.
But you can all agree with me, especially those senators that have been here previously, that this is not a chamber. This looks more like a conference room. It's supposed to be a chamber.
His advocacy spans various issues including national security, anti-corruption, and good governance. This report delves into his career, highlighting his courageous stance on key issues and the impact of his work.
And this country needs a Senate that belongs to Nigerians. That the Nigerians will give us a signal or an indication of who they want amongst you when the party does what aids what is in the Constitution.
Hello and welcome to Unbiased with Enito. Senator Ndume represents a region that has been a focal point of Boko Haram's insurgency. This personal connection to the conflict has made him a vocal advocate for robust and effective security measures. Ndume has consistently called for increased military funding and better equipment for troops fighting insurgents in the northeast. His fearless critique of the government's handling of the security situation has often put him at odds with the administration.
We can equally agree that Nigeria has witnessed increasing level of insecurity more than ever. All those people that are saying that the money, too much money or enough money has been given to the Nigerian armed forces is because they are living in their comfort. As you can see, I'm talking to you with I try to control my emotion. On last 2 days, on Monday exactly, my town Goza was attacked, and the attack and that same day Wulgo was attacked in Borno State. Just 2 days after Minok was attacked, where we lost 30 soldiers. Gaidam is still now, if you call Gaidam, people will say it's still under Boko Iswap or not. So these are the things that are going in Northeast. People don't understand. We that wear the shoe, we feel the pitch more. But others now, especially in Northwest and some part of North Central, especially Niger, are still now crying out. And all the problem is because our soldiers, the truth of it is that they are not well funded. They are not equipped. They are ill-equipped. And you can't fight this war that is expanding rapidly now. And you can't engage soldiers everywhere and they don't have the resources. They don't even have the operational funds that they should run enough.
For instance, in 2020, Ndume criticized the federal government's approach to the deradicalization and reintegration of former Boko Haram fighters, arguing that the program was flawed and could undermine the morale of troops and civilians affected by the insurgency. He questioned the wisdom of reintegrating former terrorists while many displaced persons continue to suffer in camps.
To rehabilitate, resettle with the people that are dealing with the trauma in the various camps, and then give them startup packs to start their life in any part of the country. We have IDPs scattered all over the country. If the government is serious about a program like this, it should start with the victims first, not with the perpetrators. And honestly, I'm in Maiduguri, And the worst part of it is that those that have been so-called deradicalized and released into the society, there is no monitoring device, one. Most of them that are back, I can give you an example of Dambua. One of them that was back came back only to kill his father and take away his 2 cows and run away with it. And some of them that were returned to Dambua, after 2-3 days, they disappeared. And in fact, I learned reliably that even in the course of deradicalization, they said they are not willing to come back and live with what they call the infidels, non-Muslims, and that is how they feel. So this program really needs to be looked into immediately. Otherwise, I'm gathering information from and position of my people, and will take the appropriate, even if it requires legal action, to stop this kind of thing.
It is worth of note that Senator Ndume was charged over his alleged links to the Boko Haram Islamic militant who have staged numerous deadly attacks in the northeast. However, in 2017, the Federal High Court in Abuja struck out the 4-count terrorism charge the federal government preferred against Senator Muhammad Ali Ndume.
What has been heard is the side of the government that was trying to indict me. I have not been heard. After consultation with my lawyers, I think Nigerians deserve to know what actually happened, who is Ndume, and all that. But the little of it you have heard in the court of law. I was a member of the presidential committee that has a responsibility, and I, as a representative of the unfortunate area that have been ravaged by insurgency, have a responsibility of even putting my life online so that we solve this problem, and that was what I tried to do.
Senator Ndume's fearless stance is also evident in his fight against corruption. As the then chairman of the Senate Committee on Army, he has not hesitated to expose and condemn corrupt practices within the military and other government agencies. He has called for transparent auditing of military expenditures to ensure that funds allocated for the war against insurgency are properly utilized.
No precision, no enough technology. There are only 30,000, about 30,000 soldiers in that theater. It's grossly inadequate. They are not well equipped, they are not well kitted, they are not well funded. In Nigeria, of 200 million, you only have 150,000 soldiers with 6,000 officers. Can you say we are serious? And then government is not making any deliberate effort. Why I say so is, this is a war situation. We are at war with criminals in Nigeria now. The bandits, the kidnappers, and the Boko Haram as the top one. Nigeria have to stand up to address that issue and leave any other thing. Leave any other thing, I repeat that one. How can you be talking about infrastructure or be talking about development or all that? Is it not when you have peace that you can use those places? Now there is a road from here to Kaduna, but people cannot apply it. There are certain roads in Kaduna State that have been completely abandoned. In Zamfara, you cannot follow. And even Borno, there are roads that you cannot follow. So why do you do that roads when people cannot use it in the first place?
Controversial episodes in the Senate chamber. Senator Ndume opposed the leadership of the 8th Senate under Bukola Saraki. Ndume, who initially supported Saraki's emergence as Senate President, later became a vocal critique of Saraki's leadership style and policies.
Realistic about it. We put the leadership there of Saraki, if you want me to be very specific about it, and then he turns out to be another thing. We have Senators President now instead of Senate President.
Senators President?
Yes.
Do you regret supporting him then?
Yeah, I do. Because that's not what it is. Look at this.
His opposition led to his removal as Senate leader in 2017, an event that showcased his willingness to sacrifice personal political gains for what he believed was in the best interest of the Senate and the country.
This Senate is an institution that we must protect. How do you protect the institution? Is you obey the rules and the tradition. If today, just like that, without telling somebody, and he goes out, if it is Ndume today and it's okay, it may be, God forbid, Okeramadu tomorrow. Okay, so what I'm saying is, distinguished colleagues, anytime our colleagues erred in one way or the other, we should be given the chance to say, look, this is what you did, and therefore we have lost confidence in you. But I thank God since there is nothing, and I'm grateful for that. So I want to once again say thank you very much for the opportunity given to me to serve as the Senate leader. And I wish my brother, the new Senate leader, we have been struggling for this for a long time. I hope and I wish you the best of service to this important institution.
In October 2023, Ndume, who supported the emergence of Senator Godswill Akpabio as Senate President, staged a walkout on Akpabio after he was ruled out of order by the Senate President.
Ruling is wrong. Even the Supreme Court, when it passes judgment,
Distinguished Chief Whip, Chief Whip, your observation is noted. Senator Kawu, go ahead and move your motion.
Thank you. SP, and the point of order is Order 54 and the responsibility of the Chief Whip. Is it 54 or the Chief Whip? Just as a way of, advising the Senate on the way we do things. Mr. President, this is the Senate. This is the Senate. And we should not shy away from learning.
Sorry, the clerk, can I have that order 54?
In 2024, Ndume criticized the quality of renovation carried out in the Senate Permanent Chamber, lamenting that the chamber was poorly renovated despite the billions of naira expended on it.
This is not a chamber. This looks more like a conference room. It's supposed to be a chamber. Senators are supposed to be heard clearly. If you go and record what I'm speaking now, you will not know straight away that it is Senator Ndume that is speaking. So also when the leader was talking, we need to correct this. We need to change so many things, like the sitting. Now, if you want to stand up, you have to use strategy or tactics to stand up or to sit down. There is no voting device here. If we are to vote electronically, the facilities are not there. But previously, we had that. There is no clock here for senators to see what's the time, because maybe they have some commitment outside. The clock is, even at the back, there's no clock. So you see, you are showing me and I'm looking for it. Where is it? Oh, electronic clock. Distinguished colleague. Okay, if you look at it from here, it's not even clear. There used to be a big one. But this is a very serious observation. As you speak to, go and check the record. If you play it back, you cannot say it is Senator Godswill Akpabio is speaking. You have to listen clearly and then, but it's supposed to be very, the audio is supposed to be very clear. And as I said, most importantly, these seats, before, the seats were better. You have where you can put your document conveniently, make your contribution. But right now, the chamber is echoing.
Ndume recently criticized the controversial cybersecurity levy, stating that it is inappropriate for the government to continue taxing citizens without taking steps to increase their income, just as he berated the Minister of Power over the electricity tariff increase.
Suddenly one morning, they wake up again and say, cybercrime levy. Thank God this president is listening. And we have a responsibility of calling people to order. If you see how the Minister of Power was presenting this increase in power as if he owns the company and these Nigerians are being provided. It should not be like that. We are appointed, we are elected Please, SP, I can see that you are running out of patience. But we are supposed to be doing the right thing. Please.
One may beg to ask, what lies behind Ndume's vocal stance on issues? Can Senator Ali Ndume be likened to a deliberate vocal voice and a man with an agenda? For some Nigerians, whether driven by principle or political expediency, Ndume's impact on the political landscape is undeniable, and his actions continue to shape the discourse around key national issues.
The committee has the responsibility of oversight, and when all these things happen, the committee is supposed to know. So I'm suggesting that Senator Marafa, being the chairman of the committee, should be out of this, and the committee members too. The Senate leader and other members of the Senate should look at this thing objectively, as you say, as on non-partisan basis. Because by the time you have such amount of money stuck somewhere and nobody said anything about it, it calls for more questions.
While others would term his actions to reflect the inherent political strategies and ambitions that drive many politicians. At Unbiased with Enito, we leave the judgment to you.
Let me remind everyone here, whether you are a Christian or a Muslim, we are leaders in this country. We have a responsibility. God will ask us, one after the other, what did you do as a senator? What did you do as a senator? I'm not a pastor or a malam, but I'm just reminding us what we know, and maybe that will touch our conscience. You can't start hiding under party or anything. We are leaders that are entrusted by our people to come and speak on their behalf. Not only speaking on their behalf, to do anything constitutional. And we know that why government is there is security and welfare of its citizens.
Thank you so much for watching Unbiased with Enito. I remain your host, Oluwatobi Enito, saying bye for now.